kawan leaders of Parokya ng Pagkabuhay. Today, I am very much happy to share with you this very letter of Paul to the Thessalonians. By the very first question, why we should read the second letter of Paul to the Thessalonians? Personally, this letter make us the persons being hopeful. For in the first place, the letter of Paul to the Thessalonians is divided into 3 sections. And the very first section inspires us and make us aware of this very hope in spite of our persecutions in life, in spite of the challenges, the sufferings that we are enduring right now. As the very words of Paul that he says, I thank God for your faith, love, and endurance. By these very words, we are very happy to have this God that we are hoping in our lives. That in spite of persecutions, we have someone that we are hoping to come and to deliver us from what we are experiencing. As Paul gives us the reminder that the ultimate tragedy in life is when we separate ourselves from Jesus, who is the source of all life and of all love. And that we should be reminded that God uses our sufferings in order for us to have a deeper change in our lives. And in that change, we will become persons that giving glory and honor to Jesus. Now let us go to the second section, which is all about the day of the Lord, or the warning against deception concerning about the Parokya. It is common now in our time that there are many fake news and many circumstances that we are being challenged by wrong allegations of others. And we cannot deny the fact that this will lead us to wonder and to question, where is the Lord and when is He coming to make us aware of these actions? And this is what also been given emphasis on the very letter of Paul to the Thessalonians, where there are people who are making rumors that Jesus have abandoned them, that people are being neglected. That's why this causes to the concept of being confused, being bothered by the many instances in their life that they are not able to give importance to the very actions that they do, which is in line with the very example of Jesus, where it is given to us by Paul a reminder that when Jesus comes, it makes us persons with such value on the very example of Jesus, where if we have these good actions, we can say that the return of Jesus will never inspire fear, but rather gives us hope and confidence that when Jesus returns, He will confront the rebel and all who penetrated evil, and He will give us hope. And this is what the point where Paul gives us in this second letter, that the coming of Jesus is giving us comfort by looking back also to our very actions, where it is being grounded or being anchored. Are we doing this because of the many challenges, or by the mere facts of having Jesus in our lives. And it is good also to remember always that we should not be afraid to remain faithful until Jesus will come and deliver us from the many trials that we are undergoing. And finally, we will go to the third section of this letter, where it challenges the people who are in idle, or those people who are not just lazy, but also those who are irresponsible and refusing to work. For during that time, this results to chaotic personal life. And it is not far from the very experiences that we have right now. There may be possible reasons that we may say we are being bothered, we are being troubled, but Paul gives us this word as an example to make us the so-called manual labor, to provide for ourselves and to serve the people, not just for our own good, but with the idea of doing this in service for the people and the church. For we all know that the very ideal work as a follower of Jesus, that we should imitate Jesus' self-giving love by working hard to provide for ourselves and make ourselves, our own lives, to become an instrument that others may benefit also. Above all, by reading the second letter to the Thessalonians, this helps us understand the return of Jesus and the hope of final judgment. This also reminds us that in every challenges and every persecution, in every suffering that we have, there will always have this consolation when the second coming comes to our life, and when Jesus is in our life. And it is good to always remember that what we are hoping for shapes what we are living now. If we hope for the coming of Jesus, then we should always work in line with the very actions of Jesus in our lives. Thank you, and may the good Lord bless us all.